Good afternoon and welcome to Thriving Tuesday Moments of Encouragement, or TTMOE at 3:30. We are on time today. We are in our regularly scheduled time. Life happens sometimes and we have to move things around a bit, but happy to be here at exactly 3:30. Please say hello so I can speak back. There we go. Hey, Del John. Hey, Miss Lucy. And there are others on. Y'all might want to say hi. I'd like to know you're here. Oh, today, I have to kind of give you some context for where this came from today because, I always try to stay open to what even television may be saying or shaping for us to share with you as I look at life and how life is going right in through here. And so I don't know. Hey, Britt, I don't know how many people watched Sweet Magnolias. It's in its third season. Very happy that it's out. But there's a scene that happens, and I think it's in episode 8. I thought it was in 7, but it's in 8. And there's a conversation that happens between two people. And one of the people is getting caught up in what's going to happen and how they're going to meet their what's going to happen with their destiny, how they're going to reach those pinnacles of success. And the other character says to them extremely quickly, don't dream in miles, dream in inches. And it kind of blew me back because I think far too often we are in places where we're so caught up in what it is we're going to be. We ask little children, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they think B is occupation, when B is really how do they become the best them they can be, and occupation will take care of itself. We've got to teach them what it means to dream in inches. Hey, Novi. So dreaming in inches really just means to take each day as it comes, knowing that God, who knows all things, is who's in charge of the big dream, who's in charge of your destiny. God is writing the pages of your story. So if God is writing the pages of your story, we've got to dream not in miles, but dream in inches, because sometimes when we dream in miles, we're looking so far ahead that we miss the things that are on the road to that place. And when we don't get to that place immediately, we get weary on the journey. So that's why Galatians 6 and 9 is our scripture today. And it clearly says in the Amplified, let us not grow weary or become discouraged in doing good. For at the proper time we will reap if we do not give in. If we don't give in to what? If we don't give in to those times of frustration, if we don't give in to when is it gonna happen, if we don't give in to I'm tired of waiting, if we don't give in to I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I'm gonna push and press my way through. Nope. Dream in inches. Sometimes 1 inch at a time, maybe 2 inches at a time. But realize that as long as you are progressing, you are going in the right direction toward what it is that God desires for your life. Far too often, we are the ones doing all the dreaming and doing all the movement, and we haven't consulted God for anything. There are too many examples of dreaming in inches, and then looking up, and you've traveled the miles because you were dreaming in the inches, and as each inch became a reality, you could move on from there. So for example, I look at, we're all watching Jasmine Crockett and extremely excited about who she is and how she's presenting herself. If you're on this side of the aisle, and for those of us who are, we're excited about who she is. But Jasmine spent 20 years as a public defender. She looks young, but she's been dreaming in inches. So we only see the miles, but she sees the inches. And so she's able to see where God has brought her from that little girl who finished law school, who then went to the public defender's office to try to help her people, to be able to defend people who could not defend themselves, and then to finally be the choice of the District 30 in Dallas to succeed the congresswoman who was before her, and I don't want to call her name wrong, so I'm going to get it in a minute. It'll come back to me in a second. But she was able to do that, and before Congresswoman passed away, she was able to see that Jasmine has taken her seat and her place in that Congress, which means that not only did her dreams start coming to fruition, but the dreams of Eddie Bernice Johnson came to fruition because she dreamed in inches too. She was able to then see her miles, but then also see how someone picked up the baton to carry on. And that becomes a part of her dream as well. When we dream, we don't dream just for ourselves. We're coming to the end of Black History Month, and we got to remember that our ancestors dreamed what could be, and we are the fruition of those dreams. But we can't get so far ahead of ourselves that we forget that we still got to dream in inches. It is inches that turn into feet, and feet that turn into yards, and yards that turn into miles. We got to know that as long as we're going in the direction that God would have us to go to, we can't get frustrated by the fact that we didn't make a 3-mile journey. Today, we only went around the block, and that's okay. That's okay. So don't get weary in your progress. Don't get weary on your way to the destiny that God has for you. Do not get weary. And I don't care how old we are. I keep telling people, I'm not stopping the dreams just because I'm at a particular point in my life. And I get really frustrated when people think that you're supposed to go sit on the sidelines because you're now of a certain age. No, you better dream bigger than I'm dreaming, because I'm going to keep dreaming. And as long as I keep dreaming, I don't care if it's inch by inch by inch. It doesn't mean I go and sit down. And it doesn't mean that I'm not, that I can't have, I have to stay alert. This is what I'm trying to say. I have to stay alert to how God shifts dreams. But that doesn't mean that God tells us to erase dreams. We're not erasing dreams, because destiny is still destiny. And as long as there's breath in the body, as long as there's breath, you're right, Dale, every inch is a win, and every win matters. And it doesn't matter where you are on the journey, whether you're starting on the journey, whether you've been in a holding pattern, where your dreams have been moving millimeters or centimeters. As long as they're moving in the right direction, you keep on dreaming. And don't worry if that dream is not huge. I think about how when people are on weight loss programs, people always say, I need to lose 50 pounds. And you get frustrated when you can't lose 2. But if you dream in inches, if you dream in 10-pound intervals, then 2 is 20% of the way there. And so when you get to that 10, then you adjust that dream. You adjust that what your progress is, so that you don't get caught up on that last number, which that last number may seem ominous and too much right now. But if you focus on the small intervals and dream in small intervals, then when you reach that dream, it's time to shift and dream some more. Inch by inch, inch by inch. Like I said, sometimes millimeter by millimeter, centimeter by centimeter. But keep moving, knowing that the one who is orchestrating your life already knows how many inches you're going to go today. And don't get sidetracked and then walk backwards. Keep moving. Keep moving in your spirit. Keep moving in your mind. Keep moving in your soul. Keep asking God, what's next? As long as we got a what's next, we don't ever have to worry about a nothing. Next should always be on our lips. Next should always be in our mindset, even if we've got to do it by inches. So keep dreaming. But learn that it's okay to dream in inches, because miles happen inch by inch. I hope this helps somebody today. That's good, Miss Sarah, that your inches have become your miles. And once our miles come into fruition, then we can start seeing multiple miles, and we can start seeing our journey, and we can then begin to look back and see where God brought us from. Don't make me shout on here today. They might have started inch by inch, but now I can look at how many miles I've gone. I can look back in that rear view mirror and see where God has brought us, see where God has brought me, see where God has brought us as a people. We don't have the luxury of quitting and giving in and sitting down and being complacent and not getting mad sometimes. We got to get angry and be righteous in our anger so that we do not get complacent and numb by the things that we see. Keep moving inch by inch by inch. Keep dreaming, even if you have to do it in inches. And be encouraged. I'll see you soon. Tim McNeil, good to see you here. I'm going to have you on soon. Dale, same for you. Need to have y'all on to speak life into the people. I'm trying to move to the more podcast mindset. Y'all keep praying for me because God is moving inch by inch. And every time I think that I'm at a plateau, God says, this is what's next. So keep watching. Keep watching for that in your life because I'm watching for it in mine. God bless you. God keep you. Keep dreaming, and it's okay to do it, inch by inch. See you soon.